Let's go. Hello, good evening everyone. We go straight on track. It's been a tough weekend, right? I don't know if I survive this race tomorrow. I don't know at which point the Nvidia driver will crash again, or if it's some other cause that's creating issues for me, but either way, welcome to Le Mans. We will do a 60-minute race. Well, in 20 minutes, let's say I do 2 quali attempts now to get some practice. Then wait, is this okay? That is here. Okay, would be good. Then it's 2 lap quali and then a 60-minute race, and hopefully my PC survives. I was supposed to drive VMS Pro. There is no point in doing it. Valkyrie too slow at Sebring, and bit of a waste of time to spend a lot of time preparing for the race if in the end it crashes anyway. So maybe let's have some fun with McLaren today at Le Mans in this Slovenian championship, which is kind of official Slovenian sim racing championship hosted on LMU, which is nice. But yeah. Got a free quick checks on the secondary monitor. Also hardware monitor is turned on to see if there is some spikes in whatever. A 61 degrees GPU, but 76 memory and 85 hotspot, whatever that means. I've read that 3080 RTX kind of thermally throttles just above 90, but well, hotspot is 5 degrees below 90, but GPU itself is 60, so who knows. CPU usage 30%. Well, what can you do? I feel like Aston Martin drivers in F1 might finish, might not finish. At least I think I have some pace. Podium should be on the cards. At least a good fight for it. I forgot how to drive GT3s, especially the McLaren. Ay. I made a setup for Go Setups for this car some months ago. It was barely drivable. Well, it was not drivable until I spent 5 years of my life within 2 days, and then it became kind of drivable. But on the latest patch it's kind of alright. Where is the rotation? Okay, so quali sim number 1. Quite hot temps already after a lap. Hello Pedro. Good evening. Oh yeah. Break earlier than this. Yeah, yesterday was a strange day. Then instead of doing Qatar 10 hours, I did 10 hours of troubleshooting the bugs, and of course on Windows you cannot find anything. fixed the same bug in early February by removing the latest Windows update, but well, I cannot do it anymore. The Windows update is not removable anymore. Well, basically I had them post the Windows updates. They were post. I restarted PC just in case before the race started, and it updated PC. Took like more than 5 minutes of updating. Luckily turned on, but well, might as well not, because it crashed anyway. So there is nothing more I could have done than just update the GPU driver with the DDU tool, so safe reboot, delete everything, put the newest Nvidia driver on and hope for the best. Hello Kostas, Mario, Tom, welcome everyone. So yeah, today it's kind of, I mean it's kind of high level situation here. Despite this being only Slovenian championship, we have a couple of very fast drivers, and this is like the official Slovenian national sim racing championship, so stakes are not low. But I'm kind of doing a guest drive for the final round anyway, so if it crashes, it crashes. And if it crashes, then we say, well, LMU 1.2 is bugged, LMU 1.3 on Tuesday is gonna be fine. And about potential future crashes, we don't worry today, so let's see how everything goes. .4. Is it? Medvešek, yeah, they're battling with Jure for the championship. So yeah, I'll try not to get a GPU driver crash right at the race start, right? If that happens, well, I guess I gently step on the brake and turn into a barrier and hope everybody avoids me while I'm frozen. Yeah, Topo, basically I heard that Windows 11 is a lot better with something about Intel CPUs, because when I assembled this PC it had Intel 12600K, and some scheduling or whatever was a lot more optimized on Windows 11, so I went Windows 11. But yeah, now I have AMD, so I don't know. Yeah, I do use it mostly for sim racing. Well, that's the only performance task that it has to do to sim race. Okay, so let's simulate a hot lap now, as the tires are warm. I cannot... This ABS, like I have to lift the left foot a bit more and then the rotation appears. Balance is kind of alright. It's a McLaren. 1.2.4 it's now, so 1.3 is indeed the correct one. Yeah, Windows 10, I don't know. Maybe if the issues... Look, if I don't have any more problems, I keep with what I have. If game crashes today, or GPU crashes today, then I say let's wait for LME 1.3, and then if 1.3 is crashing, then I absolutely nuke everything on the PC, reinstall everything from scratch and probably go Windows 10 or something, yeah. Gremo indeed. think I'm the only hot lapper here on the server. I think Medveshek and Vicic, the 2P3 are doing race runs. Maybe. Well, I mean, the settings, at least the graphics settings now keep resetting for me. They don't save. Well, actually they save, but only temporary. So like every time, or not, actually not every time, every like second time that I now after this Saturday crash, I open LMU, I get the UI music to 50% despite me having it on 0. I get all the announcements about 24 season passes, which should not appear, right? And then I get all the graphic presets deleted. But the temp one is stored, so... Now that curb is probably too slippery. Hello, Chad. Yeah, I did the what's it called? SFC scan now, and that I did a decent com check. And I downloaded the Chris Titus kind of whatever that is. Well, I didn't download it. It's not downloaded, but I run the tool, let's say. Gib load stuff. So what's a good lap time with the McLaren? 57.4, I guess that's like 2 seconds of pace, but not ideal conditions. Probably I need 56s in quali. Let me not leak the Go setup. I mean, I only have time for one more lap, so... But I need the practice. AMD graphic card, yeah, well... I read that for streaming Nvidia is still superior, although I'm not... I mean... Streaming is not my top 1 priority, but it's quite important for me, like I want it to be good. But I mean, I guess the technology is there for AMD to run the streams flawlessly anyway. But the prices... I would love to spend 800 euros or 1000 euros on something that will be a significant upgrade for my 3080 RTX, but you know, if I spend 600 on something that's gonna improve my frame rate by 20% or 40% or even 60%, I don't know, I would prefer to wait a little bit more and spend that money later and get like times 2.5 in performance improvement. But yeah, the community aspect, it's fantastic. I'm super thankful. Really nice to have that experience. Nationals indeed, Slovenian National Championship, final round. Well, for me it's the first and the final. I successfully missed the first 5 out of 6. Pedro, I think it would be the same for me, but I should not have restarted PC, I guess, because I don't know. It's now like this March update, it's kind of cumulative update, and it includes all the previous ones, so I cannot uninstall anything anymore. I'm kind of stuck. Well, Karoz, it's... good evening. I don't think it's accidental. It cannot happen. It's not normal that the graphics driver just crashes. And it happened twice in late January and early February, and now it happens again in March. It's just not acceptable. You know, we're kind of... What did I say yesterday? I chatted with someone. Like, we are kind of in Grand Prix racing, like sim racing, esports, or like whatever we are doing here. Not really esports, but you know what I mean. It's kind of in era of Grand Prix racing in 20s and 30s. The driver is at the same time the mechanic and the engineer and everything at once. So if there is like intermittent issue on the car in the 20s, of course you will spend whole weekend trying to fix the issue so you can do the race then. Or after the race you wrench for the whole week before the next race. But at least I guess the machinery of 20s was a bit easier to troubleshoot than the Windows of 2026. And all I can see is that I had Nvidia driver crash and that people keep having it, but for a very different reason in different circumstances, and they all have different fixes for it, so... what can I do? Yeah, mine was on pause, but it updated still, despite the pause, so I don't know. Well, now the temperatures are a bit cold here, but let me try to go for a lap anyway. I guess above 60 Celsius it's kind of alright with the grip. It's a cut. Oh, that's not a cut. Interesting. Yeah, tire's still a bit cold, to be honest. This corner is terrible for this car. The tires will not rotate if you don't kind of slide a little bit into the apex. Just a quick rear move and then it goes. If you don't have that rear movement, you just understeer through it like crazy. Yeah, the McLaren is a special car. Oh, the ride height is actually really good. I have to remember that. Use more of the curbs. iRacing yesterday and game crashed with less than 30 minutes to go. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a good philosophical debate. Is it better if the game crashes 30 minutes into the race like it did for me on Saturday, well, yesterday, or if it crashes 30 minutes before the end of the race? Because, well, you spend whole day and then it crashes. At least you had a good race and you maybe got good performance and got the fun and the data and the experience, but not the result, of course. But for me, well, me and my teammates did not get any racing. We didn't get the data to compare the strategies. But well, we could spend the day doing other stuff, like what is that third gear? Like fixing computer. Hey Jimmy, what camera? So this one, hello, is Logitech StreamCam. And the monitor camera is Elgato Facecam Pro. Important to distinct the Pro version, because the non-Pro is worse sensor and worse everything. Now that's too late on the brake. We got destroyed by other teams, 11 laps down. Okay. I mean, we were 3 laps down and we were like, nah, let's not waste time on it. But okay, maybe split 1 is different, because 3 laps down would mean basically, well, out of 15 teams it would be P13 in the end, P12. And yeah, doesn't really matter for us. Would be a pain. This is private qual, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. But it was quite a carnage, Qatar. I saw some clips from the starts and what I saw was horrible. So I don't know. I'm thinking what, like, split 2 or even split 1. Yeah, it was split 1 clips from the 14 UTC race. Like 2 horrendous crashes in turn 1 and turn 2 at the start. Some settings on the Pro camera. Yeah, I mean, if you join my Discord or ask me in my Discord after the race, I can screenshot. Discord join link in the description. Actually today I'm not running ultra low latency mode on Nvidia, but I just have it on, what's it called? I think you have off, default, on and ultra. I think I just put it on. And then I put Nvidia frame cap to 141 instead of 138. I mean, it probably doesn't make any difference to anything, but yeah. But it kind of works well with the 60 FPS camera with this 140 whatever FPS monitor. How is the McLaren overall? Michelle, I think it's slightly off, but it's been very good at Le Mans in the past. I think with Pop it received a rear wing, like minimum rear wing is kind of high, like 4.8 degrees is minimum rear wing. I think it used to go down to like 1 degree. So yeah, it's not that powerful at Le Mans anymore. But basically I think it's Aston Cup, Aston versus Lexus, because they messed up the Aston Bob. Nobody ever went quick with the Aston, and then they make it quicker and suddenly everybody jumps on it, and of course they all gain 3 seconds per lap. Because they suddenly exported the setup and the lap times, and then it turns out it's actually a quick car. I think the McLaren is utterly horrible when it comes to high downforce circuits. Hello Arda, we DNF'd shortly after ending the stream. There was no point. Like the Korean teammates, they preferred to just rather go to bed than a bit earlier, and yeah, then we couldn't really do the afternoon time slot, and we could have done it, but maybe my game crashes again. So yeah, it was a very short race. Kill stream, yeah, indeed. Turn 1, I saw Amos Laurito having some laughs and getting shot off at turn 2 already, because people don't understand endurance racing or something. I mean, we were 4 wide into T1 in our split, but we all survived. McLaren at Paul Ricard, yeah, that's a tricky situation for sure. Relatively high downforce, and yeah, it's just not nice. Okay, let's not get the cut. It was close to a cut. but it's valid. Right. Yeah, I'm skipping the VMS Pro today because I'm the only Valkyrie, and the Valkyrie has no chance against Peugeots and Ferraris at Sebring. And I might get game crash anyway, so... And also I wanted to do one race in this Slovenian championship, so it was a good opportunity. Rotate! Ay ay ay. Not the quickest of sector ones. Now let's ride the Mulsanne Ridge for extra speed. Well, let's see the Bob in 2 days, right? No, VMS they didn't allow. Datum Championship allowed one change. I think VMS was like, you can change car after at least 3 rounds, but if you change the car, you forfeit all the championship points. So we start from 0, and I've got some points, not many, but I didn't want to change. Yeah, I mean, I hope that Bob comes with the LMU 1.3 on Tuesday. It has to. Wheeler probably he just didn't score any points, so he rather changed to Ferrari. Much into ABS again, and then the car doesn't want to hit the apex. I'm scared of suddenly seeing 56s in the leaderboard, but well, these guys are like, they're quick. Medvešek and Vicic and Mrak. We have a couple of very quick Slovenians, so they come from ACC, but they do well here. Apex, almost. Yeah, nothing has been said about Bob, but maybe it's not important enough. Well, it is kind of very important. LMU World Cup, who knows? Why an Nvidia time bomb? You will see maybe. Otherwise you can check my yesterday's live stream. It was a short one. That's not gonna be a quick lap. 5:57 maybe. Okay. Let's find a second now. It's somewhere. I could have carried more speed. I was too afraid. Yeah, I finished the race in 50 minutes. Ay ay ay. Yeah, 10 hours of Qatar it was. It was 1 hour of Qatar for us. think I use max allowed resolution on camera. At least max allowed for 60 FPS. The 1440p. Override, I don't think I really use it. Sometimes I smash the button, I have it like behind the wheel, that third kind of rocker shifter, but it's not really useful. There is very limited cases where it is, but I cannot recount or remember one now. Well, the delta is good, but I need more. Yeah, Nvidia and Windows are having a battle inside my PC. Like that exit I squeezed TC override because I went through that grass a little bit and I felt like maybe TC activates, but I don't need it for that millisecond. Come on. Ay, 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 ay. 0.992 in the Porsche. That goes well together. Well, 50 milliseconds. I lost them in the last chicane. Well, I lost them everywhere. Okay. Okay. That was on 30. So the tire temps weren't really that high. 70s. 30 track temp. Okay. But that's positive. Yuri got a stop go. I guess that doesn't really transfer into the race, right? Or does it? Yeah, so the thing with TC in LMU is that it's actually really good and it's hard to outsmart it. In R Factor 2 it was kind of slip and longitudinal TC, both, like, so wheel spin and slip combined into one value, and you could outsmart it. But here it's separated and it works rather well. Setup, where are you? Would be this one. Well, let me pick through it. I never trust it. So, 2 minutes. Okay, I have 2 minutes. .31 track temp. I'm thinking if it goes sunset, maybe tires will struggle for temperatures a bit. No, it's fine. It's all fine. Medo is quick indeed. I don't know how Porsche behaves. It overheats the rear axle, right? So does McLaren to some extent, but less than the Porsche. So the race will go into the sunset. That's nice. Well then I might as well go into the camera settings. Is the gain a bit? Hope it's not too bright. That should be fine. Adjust the VE. Stay around there. And off we go. Come on, Nvidia, you can do it. So the Porsche is never that good on the starts, right? Bit of a struggle with getting the, well, not the power down, but just not enough power. But yeah, let's have a good one. Let's have a good one indeed. I hope the guys at Go did the correct race clicks. I kind of trust them. But quali setup was alright. Well, as alright as it can be for a McLaren. Cannot do a good setup for a McLaren. It's gonna either understeer or snap in fast entries. What happened yesterday? Well, probably the same thing that's gonna happen today, if I can be negative a little bit. GPU driver collapsed. Game froze. Actually, just the image froze. Sound was still on, physics was on, so suddenly I was driving in the middle of a corner and it unfroze when I was in the barrier, and we got 2.5 minutes of repairs, and then it kind of didn't make any sense anymore. But it would have been such a nice race. So McLaren versus Porsche at Le Mans. Who's gonna get the upper hand? He launched. Here comes the Mustang. Hortense, give me the toe. Yeah, the virtual mirror, it's always bugged. Cannot help. 50-50. So not always, but you know, not controllable when it's narrow and when it's wide. The Mustang won't have top speed, okay. So P1 and P3 are battling for the championship, but I think P1 just needs to score 1 point and he's a champion, so... Kind of accelerates really well. Maybe it's the McLaren gear ratios. Frame rate is stable. Nice. Roxana, thank you for the sub. Lost a lot of ground in that corner. Doing the esports line over the curb. Ah, he's quick in the corners. Rafael, hello, thank you. What do I need for this championship? I don't need anything here. It's my first and the last round. Kind of a guess the drive. And this fourth gear. I cannot go down to third, too short. But fourth just drops the revs so much. So, something about Mr. P1, Denis Medvešek. He's been breathing Porsches for many years. In ACC I only ever saw him in the Porsche. Same for LMU. Too late on the brake. Win the championship. I mean, I think it's a F1 point system or something. Not fully sure. So, I missed the first 5 rounds. This is the last of the 6 rounds, so RIP. Right, so I kind of expect that Porsche to struggle as the stint progresses. Hope that's the case. And Jure chose the wrong car, yeah. Oh, that's a mistake. No, like if Medvešek actually tried, he would be top sim racer for sure. But he never really bothered about it. Ah, so he goes beyond the curb and then chops across it before it ends. Never thought of it. Comes the Mustang. I'll take a cut. How many do we get? 3. Uh-oh. That Mustang has nothing in the last chicane. Well, P1 will have to lift and coast a little bit. Eventually. Lovely right height. Just clearing the curbs like nothing. So I guess I'm a bit quicker on the straights. But then he has a bit more downforce. Battery, oh dear. Where is my battery? I mean, I almost forgot to change my dash on the wheel. I've had the battery on. Luckily I remembered. Because then it would flash me red when it was 0 all the time. As I set the alarm. I would like some slipstream. Mustang with the downforce behind us. .5 off. I'll need to do a bit better. That should not be a cut. Quarter point, okay. Take the sand. Well, that's a tip. I might have to take it if I carry too much speed, of course. I think I've done so much hypercars that like I lift and then I thought that the car will slow down more than it does, because well, hypercar obviously slows down quicker from 330 to 300 when you lift, but the GT3 does not. Keeps messing me up. Another track limit. What is going on? Okay, let that be last one for the first half of the race. Not sure what to do about Jure behind. But I am lacking a little bit of pace. Well, not gonna go side by side at this point. And he's been quicker in the final sector in the past. Daj gremo spet v parlje, nismo še šli sploh. And these guys are battling for the championship, so Jure needs Medvešek crash out, and then Jure wins the championship. Not sure what kind of plans they have, but maybe I'd rather stay behind and let them battle. I mean, the Mustang should actually have some pace advantage over the Porsche, right? I might benefit from some drafting. Slovenian is a funny language. Not for us, ja. Razen, ko je treba na maturi napisati stvari. Takrat je pa nemogoče. I forgot how to drive this car. Come on, top speed. Hoped I could latch to the Mustang a bit. Where is the rotation? I just don't expect that lack of the front rotation after the apex. Long time no McLaren. Hi, HD, or how should I pronounce? HDMLMM. Google Translate, uh-oh. And we got another cut limit. Alpha point. Oh dear, what am I doing? Okay, this has to be the last one. Need a bit of margin. Right pedal harder. With both feet. Let's go. So, Medvešek probably not doing the extra lap. McLaren is so nice in the last chicane. Yeah, so low to mid 58s. You see the rear goes for a little bit of a dance. But just about stable enough. Well, it's 18 Newton meters, I think, that I have. Real deal God, hello. Job interview in 2 hours, oof. Well, don't forget to let them prove them that they are worthy of having you. Well, you know, it always depends. I remember when I had my first job interviews, I didn't really know how to do anything, and I was there like, well, just I have good grades, take me, I can maybe learn something in the future and do a good job, but it's hard to make an argument. What a moment for the Mustang. I saved already 3% over the Porsche. That's not too bad. That's half a stint. In the end, I'm gonna have the 6-7% more energy, right, if I calculate mathematically. And that's gonna be 3 seconds gained in the pit stop. Well, fire team, let's see how it goes. What it looks like in 5 laps. They are super quick in the fast corners. And they both had a cut. Oof. Such an R Factor 2 moment there. You can feel the rear stepping out, but you just know it's gonna settle itself. I should have taken more ride height on the rear. Front is a bit hotter and I could handle a bit more rotation. Probably. Alright, see you on the other side, HD. Good luck again. Well, Nvidia is still alive, that's nice. Hvala za pozdrave, pozdrav nazaj v Beograd. Closed in a little bit on P1, P2 now. Well, my tire wear and the temperatures are pretty much perfect. But yeah, this race setup has a little bit extra drivability built in. McLaren absolutely kills you going into Indy King or into Porsche curves if it's set up for max pace. So I'm losing a little bit in high speed. I will get to do the extra lap. Maybe a nice undercut. Not undercut, overcut. Less than 2/10 of the leader. I'm not used to drive cars that eat up this curb so much. I could carry a bit more speed, but I keep thinking that Tertre Rouge curb will just put me into massive understeer. But the McLaren really can just eat it up. Stay stable. So this lap and 3 more, or 2 more for P1, P2. I can keep the gaps under 3 seconds. No, not 3 seconds, under 4 seconds. Maybe we'll be wheel to wheel out of pit lane. What's that reflection in the Mustang? I guess it was shadows being down to the lowest setting and then the sun shining through. Yeah, the time bomb is still ticking. Still alive. Why do I lose so much time through Indy and through Arnage? No, why is that a track limit? Well, gonna be a fun rest of the race. Would have been a 0.5. Vicic with a 0.0. 3080 RTX. Yeah, there we go. There goes a second. Oh, come on. I mean, these McLaren moments. If I had more rotation in the setup, I would probably have already died into Porsche curves. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the graphics are kind of low to medium. The texture detail is on high. Reflections are on medium. Post effects on lowest. Shadows off. I think with post effects and shadows I could create a lot more environment, kind of. But yeah, the GPU will not have it. Try railing. Yeah, I don't know. I should have done some more laps, but I didn't expect to still be on track by this point because of the GPU problem. But yeah, I mean, the McLaren can really use all the curbs, so I have to keep pushing the track limits. Maybe then I would win the championship, potentially, with a different car. I don't know, maybe there is a couple of more tenths in the setup, but then again, it's at the risk of just making the car undrivable. I'm already kind of sideways a bit into Porsche curves, if I even think of pushing it. Maybe anti-roll bar is too low on the rear. It's just not turning, not biting in low speed, and that's I think the places where Vicic and Medvešek gain the most. Yeah, there is like a banking that, yeah, here. Like you kind of drop down from the green stuff into slightly banked entry, so it can be a bit scary. Here I think I need to hook the curb to get the rotation, but it's just not great. Well, 2 more laps for us. Why didn't it downshift or upshift? I guess squeeze the shift. Nothing happened. I should have done at least one stint of race prep. I just did some quali runs, and I hope that the race setup would work, but yeah, I see a couple of leaks that I should have done for my own preference. Anyway, let's nail this overcut. Schwix, I had same impression in the past, but with this setup it's somehow stable. So it's, I mean, they did a good job, the guys at Go, on the setup to make it more drivable, but it does lack a little bit of downforce that it would have otherwise. But that second of me having to lift to not get the penalty, it really costed me. It was such a weird moment, like I lifted out of it heavily and it still kept understeering. The McLaren for you, I guess. Fix the fuel ratio. Why is fuel ratio wrong in the setup? 0.79 at most. Hello, Matze. Here they go into the pit lane. And here I come with a 0.4. Now let's hope for a nice tow. Take the ideal line. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, what's the point? Give me a side draft at least. A bit of a side draft. Yeah, then I lose the 5/10 that I would gain by the outlaw because he... I thought in Slovenia at least we have people that are reasonable enough not to impede the battling for the lead, but rip. There goes the only advantage I had. Well, not really the only, because I can still underfuel more than them. Well, I was like, okay, he's giving me the tow, I can lift and coast a bit, but then on the exit, of course, he just messes it up and slows me down, because that's what we should do to the leaders. Well, my daily dose of complaining. Now let's nail the sector 3. How much energy they have? 44. They will have around 40 when... I don't know. Gonna be 4 laps to go. Be a Shauli indeed. Shauli... okay. Well, I don't know the history of Shauli, but... Copy. Tends to be shocked. Alright, 2% energy remaining. Think I have just enough to make it to the pit lane. Seven, 6, 5. Went free. Okay, energy is fine. So they will have 38%. 7. They have 30. Should they take 36? I mean, I don't know. 37. I don't want to risk. Bonjour, Pierre. Qatar wasn't bestest. Here they go. Ah, 1 second. Yeah, I would be side by side with Vicic, or even ahead. Discount the half second loss due to Shauli and 1 second due to my not being able to stay within the track limits. Welcome to R Factor 2. Okay. Now what? It's 4 to go either way. Maybe Vicic catches Medvešek. They have massive fight and I catch them and then we have one last lap. GPU still alive. Would you believe it? I think I made it to like 25 minutes into the race at Qatar. Now it's already almost double that. Yes, Pierre, it's my only race. Yeah, this is not online system, it's like hosted, and I don't want to do anything that would risk my DR until we have LMU 1.3. Because I lost maybe 30% or even 40% and more, like yeah, around 40% of my DR on Friday because of the random disconnect, despite not losing internet in the WEC experience race that I did not stream, and then due to the whatever crash I had on Saturday. That's not great, you know. Who needs stability if you have ABS? Yeah, well, the McLaren will be made great again on Tuesday, I hope, if they apply the BOP. And if P1, P2 were in Lexus and Aston, they would be half a minute ahead already. Maybe I should have fought harder in the opening laps, but then again they are fighting for their championship, so I'm just a random observer. Medveshek is driving away. Come on, Jure, catch him, dive bomb him. Tenths lost in turn 1 just because of McLaren. Yeah, I'm on 2.5 track limits. Well then, we wait and see. Wait and see if P1, P2 make fireworks, and we see if the ticking time bomb explodes. If it doesn't, it's gonna be a good test. And maybe a hope for me that the GPU update and all the Windows debloat software has done its job, and maybe I have now stable LMU again. Yeah, I registered for this championship before it started. I thought I could do round 1 and round 2, but it was just unfortunate circumstances. I never actually get able to do those rounds. And then round 3 and 4 of the championship were colliding with VMS. And, I didn't want to skip VMS. Round 5 as well. So yeah, should have picked Lexus probably at the start of the season, but overall I think the McLaren would have been alright of a pick. Was kind of a nice car some months ago. I owe you $10. Well, I mean, let's see. We had a good chat in my Discord and with messages around, so actually I'm super happy that Chris Titus, the bloat tool, has option to give the good old right-click screen, like the little pop-up window that you get with right-click instead of the new one. That's actually a nice one. I mean, doesn't really make any difference for LMU, of course, but loving it. You see that rotation on the brake? If I had more time to prepare and get comfortable, maybe I could just brake 10 meters later, just brake gently throughout the whole entry and have massive rotation while being stable. But the first time, of course, when you load the McLaren, you press brakes and the rear explodes and you go straight into the barrier on the Porsche curves entry. But no, I never had the pace. Even if I absolutely nailed everything, I would be doing 0.6s, 0.7s. But they are half a second quicker, so... on. Oof, close to a cut. We are cooked. No chance. No, actually, if I did everything super most like the most esports that I could done, like I was 50 milliseconds off pole, you know, it was a good lap. If I got pole, maybe I would able to, I don't know, try to play tricks, stay always ahead of others into Indianapolis, I think. But I mean, I was in good slipstream of Medvešek, but he just pulled away half a second in Porsche curves every lap. Then it's difficult to stay there. And Jure was quicker all the race. I didn't want to make his life more difficult. He's already losing the championship. I mean, I never want to blame Bob, but, you know, 15 kilograms minus on the McLaren and we would have great fun. Well, that the fuel saving was a correct decision anyway. But doesn't matter now. Last race of sunset and then last lap. So just 5 or 6 more minutes for Nvidia time bomb to explode into my face. I think it's 34 cars on the grid. But yeah, I mean, there is not many cars around, not much traffic, so maybe it's not most of a stressful test. Man, this just handles like a Civic Type R. It always had, even in our Factor 2. And the exit, the front is just like porpoising, but not up-down, but left-right. Just weaving, struggling to hold the road. GPU driver is alright. Oh, we have battle for P1 ahead. Can they successfully crash themselves off? Jure will have a nice tow. Come on, front grip, please. Mitch, GPU driver is driving. Has just 3/4 of a lap to stop driving me. Jura messed up that exit. I need them to do side by side. Every corner. Ah, the annoying Peter quest. Won't go away. Will always come back. I would actually have a chance if Jure was closer to Dennis the whole time. They would actually have some great fights, I think, but he was always just a little bit behind. Can only blame myself for qualifying between them. He's 5/10 behind. He's not gonna get him unless Medvešek absolutely destroys himself in that hairpin, which he won't. Pretends. I think Vicic ran out of options. Well, it's been a fun race anyway. Tomorrow will be interesting. Probably all the content creators with how to say it without being disrespectful. Content creators with more subs than I, but various amount of views and affiliation with LMU. Some of them that don't care about LMU but want to cover it anyway because content. Those content creators will receive the option to stream and produce content on LMU on 1.3 tomorrow. Gonna be fun watching them. But in 2 days, gonna be our time. Francisco, hello, thank you for the sub. But here we go. Denis Medvešek will cross the line to win the Slovenian National Sim Racing Championship. I don't know how it's actually called. Circuit Racing Championship. Official Slovenian National Circuit Racing Championship. Yuri will take second in the championship as well, and I finish my guest ride in P3 in the not so nice McLaren, but it's been alright. I survived the 2.5 track limits. I survived the McLaren balance. GG guys. What more to be said? I'm out of fuel for donuts, but maybe oh, sorry. sorry. Ah, the engine was stuttering. Out of fuel. I should drive more Slovenian races. I would, like, I planned to do it, but it just, the timing was just a bit unfortunate. Wait, is it gonna drive? Yeah. That's a nice shot. Either way, everyone, thank you for watching. Race could be more fun if I absolutely nailed everything, but without practice, I cannot really nail everything, and the setup was alright, but maybe slightly too safe. Enjoy the update, the 1.3. I'm gonna be live again on Tuesday. Hopefully some nice combos to race. Yeah, well, until then, have a nice evening or nice day. Thank you again for everyone, to everyone who helped me try to fix this issue. So the ticking time bomb did not explode. Maybe it's fixed. Maybe it's fixed. Maybe not. So, till next time. Should I watch replay? Quick replay of the start. I forgot. And music on, of course. Great launch of the Porsche. And that was basically it. So, yeah, as I said, have a nice one. Bye bye.